Ah, this looks promising. A noble's chamber, I think. Take a look around. Have you found something I can cast my auramancy upon? My explorations have turned up very little, but it looks like you've had better luck. Exactly what I was hoping for. I suspect the Night Hollow nobles wore these as a badge of rank. Let's see what we can learn with a little more auramancy.
We broke through. The way to the Dark Heart is open.
But the heart falters. Something is wrong.
The damn dwarves. If they depleted its energy...
Seal the Dark Halls! Until the heart recovers, only those who bear the sign of the Inner Circle may partake of its gifts.
I think I understand what happened to the Night Hollow clan. I suspect Lady Belain is the survivor of a long decline. While the rest of her clan slid into madness, she alone remained to carry on their legacy. Such a bitter pill for a proud vampire. That memory comes from a later time. The Lord spoke of opening a way to the Dark Heart, which implies the Night Hollow lost access to it at some point. But what are these dark halls Lady Belain spoke of? Where can we find them? More than likely, the dark halls lie below us. The best answer may be none of them. I suspect the Dark Heart may have been here before all of them. More than likely, they found it, and made use of it. Across the ages, different people may have been drawn to its power. We may never know for sure. Perhaps. It's curious, isn't it? I wonder if the Dark Heart has a purpose of its own. And we better keep going, until we actually find this thing.
Belain and her nobles, they keep the Dark Heart all for themselves.
think this is the entrance to the Dark Halls. As you can see, powerful magic wards the door. Perhaps I can draw a memory from it.
A dormant dark heart is of little use to us, Belaine.
It can be awakened, but I need to get the help of the Reach Witches.
Patience, Belaine. Not until I restore the Grey Host. Not until we unlock the orrery.
More delays. Very well. But the Dark Heart must beat again, Rada al-Saran. Nothing else matters.
It seems Rada came here a long time ago. This is the most recent memory, but it's still centuries. Did you see? Rada and Belaine made some sort of deal centuries ago, and now the conditions of that deal have almost been fulfilled. We can't let them fully awaken the Dark Heart. I've been thinking about what you told me. I believe the Ghost Song ritual primed the Dark Heart, opening a path between this world and the Void. The Void energy is stronger here, but it lacks something as powerful as the Dark Heart that's been asleep for millennia may stir from the taste of a few souls, but I suspect it needs a banquet to awaken fully. Perhaps, if we hurry, it won't come to that. Because Rada had not yet raised a new army, and he had other preparations to make, no doubt. Centuries don't matter much to immortal vampires. Now hold up the intact insignia. Let's see if we're right and it grants us access to... A tunnel? The Night Hollow left the Dark Heart where they found it, instead of bringing it to their keep. Strange. Someone left these belongings here. They may have a story to tell. A well-made weapon, placed with care. Let me try my auramancy.
Elaine, we're dying. There's nothing you can do.
I refuse to accept that, Idrisen. But one of us must remain strong to save the others. I will take the remaining energy from the Dark Heart. It will sustain me until I determine how to make it beat again.
No, Elaine. You know blood no longer sustains us. If you take the last of the Heart's energy, the rest of us will starve.
How horrible. The Dark Heart gave the Night Hollow unbelievable power, but they were dependent on it. They lost the ability to draw sustenance from blood. As the Dark Heart slowed and fell into slumber, it appears that Lady Belain took the last of the Void energy for herself, enough to saturate her and keep her strong through all these long centuries, while the clan around her starved and turned feral. Apparently not. Feeding on Void energy changed them. They lost the ability to take nourishment from the blood of mortals. I suspect Lady Belain believes that her clan will recover once the Dark Heart begins to beat again. And she's probably correct. Feel the Void energy. That's the Dark Heart.
The Dark Heart must be fed. I will see to Markarth.
Rather no. You must not awaken the Dark Heart.
I stopped heeding your advice a long, long time ago, Verandis.
Idrisen, slay these meddlers!
Deal with Lady Belain's minions. I'll try to stop Rada.
And saving my brother. Our friend. This is the way it must be. You will understand. In time.
The power! It did centuries for the Dark Heart to beat. Lady Belain, I failed you.
Piece of the primal void trapped in our world. No wonder it warps the very weave of existence all around it. Look up. We're directly beneath the Library of Arkzand. The Dark Heart, it powers the orrery. But to what end? The Dark Heart feeds on death. You saw that when the Ghost Song clan was sacrificed. Only he's offering the Heart a much larger feast. All the Reach folk in Markarth. He sent Lady Belain there to finish what has undoubtedly already begun. Correct. As part of Lady Belain's peace. That lift over there should take us to the library grounds. Hurry. Look at the dome. Markarth's souls are being drawn inside. I now understand the what of our enemy's plan, if not the why of it. Rudder had centuries to set this in motion, yet I don't see how the orrery can free the Grey Host. As for Lady Belain, the Dark Heart beats again. Her Night Hollow are reborn. No, not yet. Our enemy has gained a momentary success, but now we know the extent of their plans. Knowledge is a powerful weapon, my friend. This isn't over. We can still pull victory from the void. Because of you, we still have a chance. Our enemy advances on two fronts, my friend, and we must match them move for move. Rada al-Saran has activated the orrery, while Lady Belain has gone to Markarth. Worse, the Dark Heart beats stronger with every soul that flows into it. The attack on Markarth has begun, but we can still save the city if we hurry. Go. Warn Ard-Kadak. Tell him to defend his people. Every life saved is one less soul for the Dark Heart. I will deal with Rada. After you warn Kadak, find Lady Belain, defeat her, and the Reach folk will stand a better chance against the assaulting army. And if you can end the massacre, that will stop the flow of energy into the Dark Heart. Now go! I'll find a way to deal with Rada. Lady Belain... They both seek to awaken the Dark Heart. No. Rada is my problem to deal with. I wish I could...
mages could face a true Reach challenge. Yeah. Yeah.
Harrier, over here! The Grey Host assault has begun! The Grey Host came out of nowhere, hit the city like a giant's hammer, vampires and werewolves, rending and killing anyone they could catch. The Artsfolk thought they were safe in Markarth. Only fools put their trust in walls. Just like what Nathari did to my clan. The bastards. Arana brought us here to help, but it may be too late. They aren't only marching towards the gates, they're coming at us from beneath the city. Lady Belain unsealed the doors to Nichuanzel and let the Grey Host into the city. Stay sharp and keep alert on your way to Understone Keep. The vampire noble, your friend Varandus, he convinced Arana that we had to help defend Markarth. We marched when Gwendis gave us the word. Besides, Arana and Kadek are both of the Reach. Reach folk stick together against outsiders.
My father lies dead and...
There you are. After all your talk, I was beginning to think you'd abandoned us. The Grey Host raided my city. Killed more of my people than I like, but we held them off. Barely. Now those bastards are gathering in Nichuanzel for their next attack. Well, they certainly did a good job with their first attack. Lady Belain actually tried to kill me herself. Might have succeeded, if not for Arana. She drove off Belain and saved my sorry hide. As soon as I can assemble my troops, we'll strike back. Damn it, outsider! Ugh. But your words ring true. All right. Defense only. For now. Arana had that look in her eyes, though. I think she plans to try to deal with Belain on her own. Now, if you have the mind, go to Nichuanzel and help the witch rebel, eh? Watch your step in Nichu. A strong witch, in all her anger, is a force of nature. Ha! My gran would scare us with tales of the Night Lords who once ruled the Reach from the land below. Always thought she was just trying to frighten the children. Like most of the Vadishran legends. I suppose there was a kernel of truth.
Hang on, hero. I did a bit of scouting and you need to hear what I have to say. Netchanzel is crawling with Grey Host soldiers, not to mention all the dwarven constructs that clank around down there too. I didn't see her, but I wasn't able to advance very far into the Undercity. Since you're obviously on your way to help her, and I've delivered all the messages I had, I'm going back to the Library of Arksand. I hate that Verandis has a past. But he is an ancient vampire. I can't expect him to have remained alone for centuries until he met me. His connection to Rada al-Saran, though, he needs to be careful. His feelings are going to get him into trouble. Verandis always tries to see the good in people, but any good Rada al-Saran had dried up a long time ago. Look, someone needs to help Verandis, and you have to find Arana and deal with Lady Belain. But maybe when you're finished, you can come join us?
Courier? Over here. I knew I sensed a friendly presence. Thank the spirits for leading you here. I wanted to finish this, but Belain, she's too strong. And the Grey Host. I chased Lady Belain into the depths, battled her to a standstill. And then she summoned the Grey. Listen, I sensed something else down below. A second keystone. Forget me. Down the stairs, then look for the vaults. That's where I fought Lady Belain.
It's a trap! Fight them off!
I'm as frustrated as you are, Gwendis. We don't have a keystone, and I haven't been able to discern another way to get inside.
When I got there, Verandis was pacing around like a caged animal, trying to find a way to get inside the library. If you haven't...
Try as I might, I haven't been able to penetrate the wards on the door into the orrery. The dwarven magic is too powerful. Without a keystone of our own, we'll never get inside. Another keystone? It seems the spirits of the Reach smile favorably upon us after all. But you say Lady Belain escaped from Arana. Any idea where she may have gone? No one has entered or departed by these doors in all the time I've been here. It's clear that Rodda and Belain know more about this old dwarven structure than we do, though. They must have another way to come and go as they need. By all means, if it works... I can get through to Rodda. I must.
Rodda! Stop this!
There is no stopping it now, Verandis. A few more adjustments to this infernal machine, and all will be ready.
This won't save your brothers and sisters! I told you, it's impossible!
Oh, but you're wrong. About so many things. Can't you feel it, Verandis? The tug of the Dark Heart on your cursed soul!
Leave him alone!
The Dark Heart? You're going to sever our souls from Bhaal?
You see? Once I gather the Exarchs to my side, my ancient promise will be fulfilled. Belain, spare Verandis and his cherished daughter. Dispose of the rest.
Come and gaze upon the hearts. Come and witness my true power. You fools! The Dark Heart is mine to command. This is the place where your little rebellion ends!
The Spirit Queen led me here, Harrier. I'll help you defeat this abomination. Look how Belain corrupts Namira's gift. I'll create void portals. Use them to reach those Void Mothers and destroy them. We can't defeat her. The fate of the Ridge depends on it. Use the portal, Harrier.
To deal with you. Darkheart is mine to command. This is the place where your little rebellion ends!
The Spirit Queen led me here, Harrier. I'll help you defeat this abomination. Look how Belain corrupts Namira's gift. I'll create void portals. Use them to reach those Void Mothers and destroy them! We can't defeat her! The fate of the Ridge depends on it! The portals will help you reach the Void Mothers!
My feeding? Think your Spirit Queen favors you over me? Void is mine!
There's a portal now! Start work, Harrier. I'll open another portal.
darkness. It flows through me.
Get out of there! Help you reach the Void Mothers! I'll open another portal.
Dare interrupt my feeding? The power of the Dark Heart is mine! No! This isn't possible! The Dark Heart sustains me.
Harrier. Lady Belaine. Is she dead? The Spirit Queen, Namira. She required a champion. She gave me the strength to press on, despite my wounds. No, that strength is gone. She is the spirit of death and decay. Belaine defied natural death, as all vampires do. Using Namira's energy like that, it was an affront. I am happy to have done my part. Please, help Verandis. I see it now. The Lord of the Grey Host.
Friend, your timing is perfect. Get to the far platform and throw the switch. It will take all of us to stop this infernal machine. We did it, my friend. Now tell me, what of Lady Belaine? If you hadn't arrived when you did, Gwendis and I would not have been able to power down the orrery. Thank you. But tell me, What of Arana and Lady Belain? I could feel them. So it was Belain's death I felt in the darkness. Rodda was right. For some reason, the connection I have to the Dark Heart is strong. But there was something else. Another sensation. Where's Arana, my friend? Arana dead. That's another soul lost to the void. Between her and those that perished at Markarth, the Dark Heart ate well this day. I'd like you to return to Understone Keep. Tell Ardkadak the news. I want to study this machine a little longer. Something here will shed light on Rodda's purpose. I know Rodda won't rest until he saves the Grey Host from its ancient curse, no matter what that means for the rest of us. Rodda used the orrery to focus the void energy. He created a portal to travel somewhere, but the specific destination eludes me. He did say he needed to gather his exarchs, the original warlords of the Grey Council, the leaders of the Grey Host. An immediate one? No, I don't think so. With Rodda gone and Lady Belain dead, the Grey Host forces here in the Reach will eventually break up and fade into the shadows. Eventually. Yes, but he's finished with Markarth and the Reach. I think he got what he wanted from the Orrery and the Dark Heart. At least for now. Don't worry.
Ah, here's one whose report we need. What news of Lady Belain? We did as you said, Rover. We defended the city and kept our people safe. Then, all of a sudden, the Grey Host turned and fled. And I barely got to kill a dozen or so of the bastards myself. Do I have you to thank for this unexpected turn of events? Well, that explains everything. Someone will sort out the details and tell them to me later, eh? All that matters is the Grey Host called off their attack and departed as soon as they lost their leaders. But where's Arana? I want to thank the witch. Arana promised to stop Lady Belain, no matter what. Trust a Reach Witch to make her own words come true. At least it was a good death, given in a noble cause, and Markarth still stands. We'll remember what Arana did, and we'll remember you as well. They scattered and fled. Good riddance. Between Arana's Wilders and my Stonehands, we held them back. And when you cut off the head, they were done with this fight. There's some cleanup to be done in the wilderness, but nothing we can't handle.
And now Count Varandas has returned and wants to speak to you. I suppose I'll have to wait a little longer to find out what happened down there.
We stopped Lady Belain from gorging the Dark Heart with all the souls of Markarth, but we can't bring back the dead. Still, the Heart awakened but never reached full power. We turned back the Grey Host and killed Belain. That's a victory, my friend. The orrery remains charged with void energy, but the Dark Heart was never completely filled, and it already wanes. That means we denied Rada al-Siran a limitless source of power. Rada may have escaped for the moment, but we will find him. Any surviving Night Hollow clan members are bound to the Dark Heart. As it wanes, so will they. When you destroyed Lady Belain, you sealed the doom of her entire clan. That threat is ended forever, thanks to you and Arana. Yes, whether through the use of the orrery or some other means, Rada tied the void energy to the Grey Host. And due to my past affiliation, that seems to include me. I can feel it, hear its dark whisper. I need to ponder the implications. Soon. For now, savor this victory. The courage of mortals, not some buried relic, is the true heart of the Reach. You've saved countless lives, and proved to the Reach folk that not all outsiders are a threat to this land. Rada's time will come.
We defeated evil today. An ancient darkness at the very heart of the Reach that threatened to destroy us all. These outsiders stood beside us and made our troubles, our enemies, their own. Let them hear our thanks. Look around you, people of the Reach. Markarth still stands. See your fellow Reach folk, and know we will always fight for our land and our ways.
The time has come, my friend. Let us speak.
I wish I knew where Rada al-Siran disappeared to after he activated the orrery. He went to an awful lot of trouble to awaken the Dark Heart and get his hands on that machine. Verandis doesn't think so. At least not the Reach specifically. Verandis understands Rada al-Saran. He believes the Ashen Lord's after a different prize. Did Lady Belain say anything about Rada al-Saran's plans during your battle? Good thing you stopped her then. You saw how the Dark Heart changed the Night Hollow. Can you imagine a clan consisting of nothing but creatures like Lady Belain? Always thirsting, never sated. No wonder the other ancient clans feared them.
Talk to me, Harrier. I want to know what happened to Arana, and I want to know now. I knew it. When you came back alone, I felt that something terrible must have happened. I never knew a witch so strong or so stubborn. I thought nothing could stand against Arana, and she was my friend. I should have been there for that fight. Arana made peace with Kadik. In her honor, we'll hold to that agreement. It's clear that Lady Belain was always our true enemy. New clans will form, now that our quarrel with the Ard is over. There's plenty of land nearby. Now, don't get carried away. In case you haven't noticed, Reach folk don't bend their knees lightly. We'll give our loyalty to the Ard because we chose to, not because he demands it from us.
Harana will be sorely missed. We bury our dead.
I know you've only had a moment's peace, but we must renew our hunt for Rada al-Saran with all due haste. The setbacks will not slow Rada for long, and he's likely closer to his true goal than we know. That I have yet to determine, but consider what he's wrought thus far. Harrow storms across western Skyrim to revive the Grey Host. Here, the souls of Markarth reaped to empower the Dark Heart. Both great sacrifices. But I fear worse is a good question. Despite your success stopping High King Svargrim and Lady Belain, the reawakening of the Dark Heart has provided the Dwarven Orrery with a frightening source of power. But to what end? I need your help to ascertain the answer. A moment. Sometimes the intensity of the currents flowing through the darkness can be overwhelming. There. Venorian reports that Grey Host leaders gather north of Markarth. I believe Rada is there, preparing them for what's to come. It's nothing, I don't know.
I wish I knew where Rada al-Saran disappeared to after...
Adventurers to combat evils in the Reach.
They've gone too far. This will not stand. Finally, someone who looks strong enough to actually help.
Vivix. House Halal.
Working with wood.
You helped the clan mother retake Orentia. Bright moons, and well done.
and sisters, we are on the cusp of victory. When the dark storm blows through the void, everything we lost will be returned, even your lives. Verandis' little birds. Give him my best.
Damn it! I knew we should have attacked when we had the chance.
My orders were to wait, Lyris. At least Rada left something in his haste.
Wait, is that you, partner? Could have used you a moment sooner. I was this close to finally planting my axe in Rada al-Saran's face. If Fen hadn't insisted we wait for his Raven Watch friends, that monster wouldn't have slipped through our fingers. Again! You're still on the hunt for him too, I see. When Fen got his orders to investigate the Grey Host, I invited myself along. Sorry about my temper. It's just that we've been shadowing these bastards for a while, and it looked like the opportunity to strike was finally at hand. Well, Fen's the one keeping notes, but Rada al-Saran gathered his subordinates and remaining forces here. It's clear he's preparing to make a move, so Fen sent word to the Raven Watch. I just wish we knew more about this dark storm Rada mentioned. Yeah, a lead that's dragging us in circles. Look, Fen can tell you more. I'm sure he'd love to talk to someone other than me. Brilliant conversation isn't one of my better-known graces, as you've experienced firsthand. Possibly. And I've seen Ice Reach Coven witches among the Grey Host troops. After we dealt with Svargrim and shattered the Grey Host's hold on western Skyrim, it looks like Rada moved his operation to this part of the world. It was slow going, but the concoction he and old Mjolnir produced was the only reason the holds were able to start fighting back. Even after we stopped Rada al-Saran's plan in Solitude, I don't think the western holds would have survived without it. Alive and well. She's taken to her role as Jarl of Solitude far better than anyone imagined. The people love her. There's new life in the hold despite all that's happened. I admit, I'm hopeful for the future too, provided we stop Rada al-Saran. You're asking me? No idea. But it's here and so is Rada al-Saran, so I guess it's got something to do with whatever he's planning.
What? Oh, sorry. I was fixated on this trinket. When Verandis said he would send someone, I assumed he meant Adusa. We weren't supposed to make a move, but Lyris feared we'd miss our chance. I don't think we ever had one, but don't tell her that. Other than I think it belonged to Rada al-Saran, I sense a powerful magic has been cast on the item. Auramancy. I recognize it. The technique is remarkably similar to what Verandis uses. Not surprising, I suppose. They were friends once, after all. Well, after their defeats in Western Skyrim and the Reach, the Grey Host has regrouped. The ancient Exarchs have arrived and asserted their control over the newer troops. We also intercepted a courier a few days ago. He carried a coded message. My command of ancient Yokuden is elementary at best. I assumed it had something to do with Harrow Storms, until Rada al-Saran mentioned this dark storm. I think he's planning something massive. More massive even than the storm over Solitude. We're going to meet Verandis. Right now? Yes, that would be prudent, I suppose. Do I look presentable to you? Befitting of an audience with the Count? I don't imagine there's time for a bath before we head to the orrery. This trinket Rada al-Saran left behind. It radiates a magical residue similar to what Verandis leaves behind when he casts Auramancy. Perhaps you've seen him use it to draw memories from the past. I wonder why Rada al-Saran left it here. Amazingly so. I assisted Svanna, Jarl Svanna, for a while, helping old Mjolin and the Mages Guild produce as much of the Harrowstorm elixir as we could. But I couldn't linger there forever. I've been tracking the Grey Host ever since. No. Though I'm hopeful Count Verandis can find something in this coded letter. He's better at ancient languages than I am. I was able to find this meeting site, and I know the Grey Host forces. Do I? Yes, well, I suppose it's only natural. I'm returning from my first real assignment and haven't seen Count Verandis since... well, it was long before I started to investigate the Grey Host. I want to do him proud. Who doesn't look up to the person that's, for all intents and purposes, their father? Count Verandis made me a part of his noble house. I want to be worthy of that and uphold the ideals of the Raven Watch. And besides, I've missed my family. Is that Count Verandis?
The soul's ability to travel among infinite planes of existence is equally boundless.
Fen, what did you do?
Souls can go anywhere. Imagine if they had the freedom to choose their destination, or even return to life.
It's the Auramancy. We're seeing an image of the past.
I don't see how we figure out where Rada al-Saran went from here. Let's hope this Count Verandis of yours is as smart as Fen claims. I saw it. I don't know what it was, but I saw it. It didn't set you on fire, so as far as mysterious magic goes, I'd count your blessings. Was that the illustrious Count Ravenwatch I've heard so much about? Well, let's not keep the real one waiting.
I'm greatly looking forward to seeing Count Verandis again. But Auramancy... that wasn't the Verandis we know. Rada al-Saran cast Auramancy on that trinket. It pulled a memory, an echo out of the ancient past. But why did he leave that here? He had to know we'd be able to access the magic.
but we intercepted this letter.
A moment, Fenorian. The darkness has passed. Well done acquiring this letter.
Never mind the pat on the back, Verandis. What happened?
It's nothing. A distraction. Our friend has arrived, and we must not waste any time.
This just keeps getting better. Check on the count. Find out what we need to do.
I knew something was wrong. He's been trying to hide it, but the Dark Heart is doing something to him.
Count Verandis seems not his usual self.
The Dark Heart. The episodes grow more frequent. Each time the currents swell. It's like I'm losing myself to the darkness. We must uncover Radha's plans before that happens. Perhaps this coded message will tell us more about the Darkstorm. I see that Rodda has employed his mother tongue to obscure the message. But I remember his language. And the Grey Host ciphers well. This isn't a dispatch. It's a letter. To me. No, he's trying to persuade me. Convince me that his path is the right one. Prove to me that the dream we once shared is within reach. The letter outlines, in essence, the recipe for Radha. Not in and of itself. He wants me to follow in his footsteps. To see what he did and learn the truth of what he promises. In doing so, however, I will discover how to stop it. He's baring his throat to me, confident I will not bite, but I must. I must seek a place in the Reach where the land was sundered from Tamriel. And I must study the Void through Night Hollow eyes. Finally, I must learn about keystones of Badar Zel. In my current state, I don't trust myself. Will you go in my stead? I leave the course of the journey up to you, but these three will go ahead to assist you. Lyris to Understone Keep, Gwendis to the Night Hollow Archives, and Fenorian to Badar Zel. I'm sorry to put this all upon your shoulders, but it's better that I remove myself from this journey. You can see what Radha intends to show me with impartial eyes. Learn the secrets of the Darkstorm, and together, we'll unravel Radha's plans. That's a distinct possibility, but I don't believe Radha intends to kill me. At least not yet. He has something to prove. That need will stay his hand better than any armor. We don't have the luxury of ignoring his invitation in any case. Radha is a prideful man. When I deserted the Grey Host, it wounded him deeply. He wants to prove that I was wrong to doubt him. What he doesn't understand is that I never doubted what he could accomplish. I just feared what it would cost. If this is a trap, you're the one walking into it. But if he does return to the orrery while you're gone, I will buy whatever time I can. I'll study the heart and the orrery. Try to learn enough so that we can make use of whatever you discover when the time comes. I will also examine my own condition. I must ascertain that I can control this darkness and not be controlled by it. Yes, of course. Radha didn't reveal everything in his letter, but if there's something I can answer. That one is as much a mystery to me as it is to you. But Radha provided a clue.
For the record, this plan sounds like a symphony of Horker farts. I haven't got a better one, so I'll pinch my nose and go along with it. Especially if I'm headed to Understone Keep. Hope Caddick isn't half the rotten bastard I've heard he is. Ard Caddick's the ruler around here, right? I've never known a competent ruler who doesn't know his realm like the back of his hand. And I've never heard that the despot of Markarth wasn't competent. We'll find it. Mark my words. Now that you mention it, yeah. And come to think of it, Mannimarco spent time there with his worm cult. He's the backstabber who caused the Soul Burst and helped Molag Bal plant his dark anchors. Rumor has it Caddick welcomed him with open arms. Reachmen had their arses on the Ruby Throne before Varen won the Empire. And Mannimarco was the architect of his destruction. I wouldn't be surprised if they welcomed...
Verandis is certainly entrusting you with
Gods. I've never seen Verandis struggle like this. How can he expect me to go to Bethazel and leave him to deal with this on his own? Don't worry. I know my duty. It's just hard sometimes. Nothing... Well, I know it's a dwarven ruin, but aside from that, Dwemer studies have never been my strong point. You've been there before, haven't you? Together we'll figure it out. We've managed to make it this far with less to go on.
Over here, partner. Well, I've got bad news and worse news. Kadok and I already exchanged words. Most of them insults. The only agreement we came to was that he'd stop sending his stone hands to toss me out if I stopped breaking their noses. It wasn't a fight until he sent his stone hands against me. Wasn't much of one after that, come to think of it. We got as far as Sundered Land when he shouted something about Markarth and called up his personal guard. That's what I was trying to find out when Kadok got all angry and said something about my head and a pike on the wall. Look, you talk to him. Maybe you'll have better luck than me. Markarth would be a ghost town if it wasn't for you. If that doesn't earn you the courtesy of an audience, I can go back to breaking noses. The Ard is in his throne room. We just need to know where to find the land sundered from Tamriel. According to Rada al-Saran's letter, it's somewhere in the Reach. Oh, and I'm not apologizing. Not to Kadok, anyway. Sorry. Markarth, Emperor Varen, Nord's Reachman, his flea-bitten beard... I can stomach insults hurled at me. But I couldn't stand there quietly as he spoke ill of Varen while praising that traitor Markarth.
Had my fill of Reeker's grace in my presence today. Seeing is how you've shed blood for me. And mine. I'll give you my ear, but make it quick. My bile's up, and too much talk will likely make it turn. Bah, you speak with that half-giant's tongue. What business is it of yours? What I do with my land? I gave that parcel to Mannimarco years ago. It was his to offer to Molag Bal, as he pleased. Why dredge up such dealings now? I didn't know that was the elf's intent when I granted her the domain, but we honor Molag Bal, just like all the great spirits. You won't find many here who deny an offering to a great spirit, no matter how grand. Mannimarco didn't call me confidant. When he departed, he said the failure here would forge his success elsewhere. I never saw him again. If you want to know his mind, you'll have to see what he wrought yourself. I'll open the way for you. There's a lift in Nichuanzel that'll take you to the Sundered Land. I keep it sealed, for reasons that should be obvious, but I'll see you're granted passage. Now, off you go, and take the prickly she-wolf with you. Not so long ago, Reach folk ruled the Empire. We had our lands returned, and dignity restored. Then, we were driven back into the mud by the usurper. Mannimarco pledged justice for my people if I gave him shelter. A dark spirit's bargain, to be sure. No, the usurper, Varen, lost his lands, his throne, and so much more. What Mannimarco promised me was given. If that don't sit well with you, I got no apologies to give. I can only tell you, that's where my dealings with the Worm King begin.
Got the information we need? Good. Did you get a location? Give me the details and you go on ahead. I want to chase down a few leads about the Worm Cult while we're here in Markarth. Shouldn't take long. I'll catch up. It's somewhere inside or beyond an old dwarven ruin. Wonderful. Good thing I brought my construct busting axe. Nothing I want to waste your time with, but I learned of a few places the Worm Cult used to stay in town. They're long gone, but maybe I can figure out what Mannimarco has to do with this, and why it interests Rada al-Saran. Oh good, this keeps getting better and better. I thought I was finished with Mannimarco's insanity a long time ago. Shows you what I know. Go on, I'll catch up to you.
Verandis to see this place for himself.
Hey, there's another memento here. Like the one Fenorian found near Bethar Dams.
Gods, I can't get the smell of her blood off my hands.
It was a mercy. You know that.
I ruined her, Rodder, body and soul. I played God and Lysolda paid the price. I'm a damn fool.
A fool once told me there is no such thing as damnation. Only souls who have lost hope.
That's not fair, Rodder.
You said it with such conviction I could not argue. You have not forgotten our promise, I hope.
We'll seek salvation together. Thank you, Rodder.
I don't know what a chunk of oblivion or that memento have to do with Rada al-Saran's Darkstorm, but maybe Verandis can explain it when we get back. Speaking of which, did you know he used to be friends with our enemy? Then why is Rada al-Saran sending cryptic messages to Verandis? Even if he can't win the Count back to his side, these mind games may cloud your friend's judgment. I suggest we keep an eye on the Count, just in case. I think we've gotten all we're going to from this place. You should follow up with Gwendis and Fen about the other sites mentioned in Rada al-Saran's letter. I'll go back to the orrery and check on Count Verandis.
Harana will be.
Over here. Night Hollow Keep is just ahead. Night Hollow Keep is down this path. The archive should be right inside. In writings we recovered from Lady Belaine, she mentioned a Night Hollow testament. That's probably what we're looking for. Just watch yourself. The place is locked down tight. Well, it's crawling with Night Hollow vampires. Not just the mindless, spooky kind. Looks like some of them got recharged when the Dark Heart woke up. They patrol the outer wall in shifts. One door in and out. It's locked, but they carry keys. You got it. I haven't been able to keep track of their... Remember, get keys off the patrolling van. I'm off. If I see something that might help, I'll let you know. Look how high that nether root's growing. Think it will hold our weight? That's a Grey Host Pentarch. Probably after the same thing as us. What's that beside him? That wasn't as difficult as I expected. Now let's enter the archive. As libraries go, the lighting in here is terrible. Hey, I bet that's what we came for. That's done. Hey, why is this trinket over here glowing?
This is feasible.
No, Rodder, merely a possibility, but the soul binding required.
We can save our kindred from Cold Harbor's torment, and you quibble over the cost? Is your heart so cold?
Even if you returned our kindred to life, Molag Bal's claim to their souls would remain. Our contracts are inviolable.
Another obstacle to overcome.
You think the Prince of Domination is merely an obstacle? Rodder, listen to yourself.
Kneeling when I should have stood proud was the greatest mistake I ever made. I will not repeat it.
Verandis keeps everyone at arm's length. Is this why? Even though Verandis told us about his time with the Grey Host, seeing these memories of him and Rada al-Saran together are kind of disturbing. Anyway, we got what we came for. Let's hope this creepy old book can help us stop the Darkstorm. You should meet up with Lyris and Fenorian and complete those parts of... I make that watching Verandis and Rada al-Saran get along like two acorns from the same tree disturbs me to no end. Just seeing them together. It's no wonder Rada al-Saran thinks he can convince Verandis to come around to his way of thinking.
What could you want? Never seen a body sit before, is that it? Or you think someone enjoying themselves means an invitation to say hello? Resting me haunches and enjoying myself, stranger. What of it? What? You expect me to curl up in a tent or house like those thin bloods in Markarth? Give me the wilds any day. I only need the open sky over my head to feel calm. Glad I could educate you. Haven't given it much thought. At first I thought I'd stay out here until I died of thirst, or starved to death, or maybe let a saber cat maul me to pieces. Definitely won't leave before one of those happens.
I made some interesting discoveries while I was waiting. Bitharzel is more intact than the few other dwarven ruins I visited. I spotted a chamber that appears related to the Keystones. But more intact doesn't mean completely intact. The path ahead is blocked. Therein lies the problem. I noted new... Ready now? Try re...
Why have we been forsaken?
I had every confidence you wouldn't get sucked into some boundless void. The repository is just through this door. Let's see what we can find.
This looks like some kind of manufacturing equipment.
As I surmised, this chamber was where new keystones were crafted and stored. Nothing remains, however, except component pieces. Does Rada al-Suran expect Verandis to assemble a keystone? Gather the pieces, and we'll bring them to the orrery. What's this? More of Rada al-Suran's oromancy, I suspect.
Are those my notes?
Verandis, forgive me. As ever, your genius captivates me. I had no idea you made such progress.
I'm still no closer to a viable solution.
You're closer than you think.
How can you know that?
I discussed your findings with a new ally. They claim it will work. Only your trepidation holds us back.
I thought you changed. That you sought penance. I won't participate in mass murder!
Our dream is within reach, and you're still concerned for the mortals. Verandis!
Verandis was... I thought Singalis, one of Rada al-Suran's exarchs, came up with the plan to return the Grey Host to life. But it was Verandis? Why didn't he tell us? Yes. And it's a darker story than we were led to believe. Not only was Verandis a member of the Grey Host, and a close confidant of Rada al-Suran. When we confront Rada al-Suran, it must be the last time. When the moment comes to end this, there can be no doubt, no hesitation. My father has to be prepared to see this through. That's a discussion for later. We should leave this place.
past is ancient history. Rhoda's intentions would